Okay, in this problem he said for this differential equation, this is the general solution. So it is going to satisfy it. So to substitute, let me first find what is y dash, because there is y dash on the left hand side. So to find y dash from this, I differentiate this one. So applying UV rule there, I have y derivative of ln Cx, that is 1 by Cx into C, plus y dash into ln mod Cx is equal to 1. So from this I get y by x is equal to y by x plus y dash into ln mod Cx, from this is nothing but x by y, is equal to 1. So I am getting y dash into x by y is equal to 1 minus y by x, or from this I have y dash is equal to y by x minus y square by x square, or I can write it as y dash is equal to y by x minus 1 by x by y whole square. Now if you compare this one with this one, we observe that f of x by y is nothing but minus 1 by x by y whole square. So f of 2 you want is equal to minus 1 by 2 whole square, which is minus 1 by 4. Coming to the next problem, we have a staircase of length L resting against a wall and a floor of a room. Okay, suppose that is wall, floor, and that is the ladder. Now P is a point on the staircase nearer to its end on the wall, such that P is dividing this length in the ratio 1:2. As the staircase slides on the floor and the wall, we have to find the locus of P. Okay, for that I choose a convenient coordinate system. Let me assume this as positive x-axis and this as positive y-axis. So this is the origin over here. Suppose this point is a comma 0 and this point is 0 comma b. So you can see that this length is a and this length is b. Now as the ladder slides, I want you to observe that a and b keep on varying, but they keep on varying in such a way that this length is obviously all the time constant. So if he gave the length of the ladder as L. So we have a square plus b square is always equal to L square. Now let us write the coordinates of P. We have to find the locus of this point only, x1 comma y1 equal to, applying the section formula, I'll get x coordinate as a by 3 and y coordinate as 2b by 3. And from this we observe that a is nothing but 3x1. I substitute those values in this relation. I'll get 3x1 plus b is not 3x1, that is a square, plus b is nothing but 3y1 by 2 whole square is equal to L square. There you have the locus. I can write it as locus of P is x square by L by 3 whole square plus y square by 2L by 3 whole square is equal to 1. Now, which is obviously an ellipse, and show that its eccentricity is root 3 by 2, to show that answer is option B. Now coming to this problem, we are given the base of an equilateral triangle 3x plus 4y is equal to 9. We are given one vertex of the triangle. I observe that if I substitute 1 comma 2 in this, it is not satisfying. Therefore, the vertex must be the other vertex. So this is 1 comma 2. Now we can find the height in this, which is nothing but distance from 1 comma 2 to this line. I'll get it as mod 3 plus 8 minus 9 by root of a square plus b square, which in turn coming out to be 2 by 5. And this is nothing but height of the triangle. Now we know that height is nothing but root 3 by 2 a. So I have a is nothing but 2h by root 3, 4 by 5 root 3 I am getting, which I can write it as 4 root 3 by 15. Okay, therefore B is the answer. Coming to this problem, to have exactly two common tangents, the circles must be intersecting. So we know that for the circles to intersect, the condition is C1, C2 must be less than R1 plus R2 and should be greater than mod of R1 minus R2. I have C1 is equal to 2 comma 2 and C2 is equal to 5 comma 5 and R1 is equal to root of g square plus f square minus c. I am getting it as root 2. R2 equal to root of g square plus f square minus c. So I am getting it as root 50 minus k. And observe that C1, C2 is equal to 3 root 2. Now observe that I have C1, C2. You see, this one is a circle of having center at 2 comma 2 and radius root 2 units. The full distance is between C1 and C2. The distance is 3 root 2 units. Now, if this radius R2, if that is going to be less than root 2, then I will have the circle somewhere here, then you can see that they do not intersect. Therefore, it is not possible to have exactly two common tangents. So, for the second circle to intersect the first circle, the radius of the second circle must be more than 2 root 2 because the distance from here to here is 3 root 2 and this covers only root 2. So, this distance is 2 root 2. So, unless the radius is more than 2 root 2, the second circle cannot intersect the first circle. Therefore, this radius must be greater than root 2. Therefore, now substituting in this relation, I'll have it as root 50 minus k minus root 2 is less than C1, C2 is less than root 2 plus root 50 minus k I am getting. Or from this I get root 50 minus k is less than 4 root 2 and 2 root 2 is less than root 50 minus k. So I have it as 50 minus k is less than 32 and 8 is less than 50 minus k. So from this I get k is greater than 18 and k is less than 42. Therefore, option B is the answer. Okay, for this problem we have the parabola y square equal to 4x. Now from a point minus 2 comma minus 1 we are drawing tangents to the parabola. Just those are the tangents. We have to find angle between them. Now what I do is if I assume that you see I take any line passing through this point first. Any line passing through the point is of the form, I mean assuming m is a slope, it is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. and from this I will get y is equal to mx plus 2m minus 1. Now this is any line through this. Now we are looking for tangents. Okay. So this is a tangent to the curve if and only if c is equal to a by m. C is equal to a by m. And from this I am having 2m square minus m square minus 1 equal to 0. Minus m. So if I assume that the slope is m1, the slope is m2, then m1 and m2 are nothing but roots of this equation. And from this equation I can write m1 plus m2 is equal to 1 by 2 and m1 m2 is equal to minus 1 by 2. And so I can write m1 minus m2 whole square is equal to m1 plus m2 whole square minus 4m1 m2. So what am I getting this as? 1 by 4 minus 4 into minus 1 by 2. So I am having it as 9 by 4. Therefore I see that mod of m1 minus m2 is equal to 3 by 2. Now we want mod tan theta, which is nothing but mod of m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. Now substituting the values here, numerator is 3 by 2 by denominator 1 minus 1 by 2. So I have it as 3. Therefore option D is the answer.